Hello, welcome back to my channel, Checks, Captures, Threats. In today's episode, episode 25 of the Chess Guide, we'll be going over checkmating with two rooks. So, last episode we went over checkmating with a queen and a king. Hopefully you enjoyed that. And the next episode we'll be going over checkmating with just a rook. So this two rooks here will help give us a sort of guide into what we're going to be doing with the next episode as well. So hopefully you enjoy today's video. And okay, so there is two names for this. We've got what is called the lawnmower and the ladder mate. It's called. So here we have two rooks, obviously. Now you've got to make sure we don't do stuff silly. Like first one is the king here in the middle of the board. We can checkmate this king without our king. Other than the queen, which needed the king, and a rook, which will need a king, the two rooks are able to checkmate the king on its own. So, keeping the king in the middle of the board is not good for a few reasons. Firstly, it's going to block our rooks in, so sometimes we might not be able to give our valuable check that we might need. Also, especially if it's a bit higher up the board, it could lead to stuff like stalemate, which we do not want. So, here, what we're going to do is cut off the king with the two rooks. So, firstly, let's get this king to run away, because we don't need the king here, so we're just going to get it to escape. Now, we want to get this rooks as far away as possible, so this king can't capture it, because we can technically just go here for a check, but there's many reasons why that's not good. So, here, we are going to play the move rook to g2. Now, this is because we are already cut the king off here, and we want to move up here soon. Obviously, seeing their move here, we can't obviously give a check because they can just capture. So going to here gives us this. So when they move, we give a check. They now can't come down here and across here, so they now have to go up. Now, they're attacking our rook, so we can't give this check here, otherwise they just capture. So, we have to go all the way the other side. Now, if they go here, this means we can't give the check here because they capture. So, we have to go all the way here. Now, make sure we do not go to a3 here, because this will block our rook and we can't do the thing we want. So, we have to go to a diagonal to it. Now, this means that we'll be able to give our checks now, just slowly and steadily. Now, annoyingly, here, you have to just move it one more time, remembering to do it like this, and there we go, because they can't move anywhere now, because of these two rooks blocking here, and that is checkmate. So, that is that variation. Now, there's a few ways in why that is, there's a few ways how we can alternate this. So, if we tried what is called the ladder mate, now this has a few pros and cons to it. So we get the king off the other side of the board. Now, if we go this side, we have the rooks on either side. Now this probably is where it's called the term of ladder mate, because it looks like you're climbing a ladder with these two rooks as like the poles, so like the flanks here. So, obviously this rook's blocking here, and we're just going to give the check like this. They're alternating their way here. The only issue with this is you can't carry on doing it. This is because after this move, you can't give the check, and you have to go all the way over here. It doesn't matter, but it's a good start to it, but you won't be able to finish doing it unless you do it like when they do here. You just do the checkmate pattern here. Okay. So we're now understanding how we can get this checkmate. Now we've been looking at it from this side. Just to make sure you understand as well, we're going to get this king moved this way this time. Just because we're going to show it from a vertical view now. So we've been doing it using this way, up like this. Now we're going to do it going, hopefully, this way. So, now, if they move here, for example, obviously we can't get a rook here. So, we go the other end now. We don't want to put our rook in line, we don't want to put it there, it just blocks everything and we don't want that. Now again, if they do this, it's just trying to waste the time here, and now we can carry on doing our normal thing. Just looks different because it's on a different path. Instead of being like this, it's now like this. It's no different. You don't need to worry about anything here. And now we're able to just do this as normal, and it will be checkmate. So, nothing wrong there. Hopefully we are understanding. That is probably the most out of that. Just want to show you there is one other way of doing it. It's a bit risky because there could be a lot of stalemating options here. But if you want to stay in the middle of the board here, what we can do is we can play a move firstly of actually here we can try and block this king from going this way. Now if it tries to stay on this line, for example, what we can do here is play our rook now blocking here. What this means is that it gives us this line only for this king. So now it tries to catch us, and we're going to move backwards. Now it doesn't matter either way here. I think we can go here, but we'll go here for now just in case we want to move our rooks. Now after they move the kings, kind of like how the queen, we saw that variation with how we're using something called opposition. If they do get the opposition here, we can play checkmate now. Looks a bit weird, but with the rook attacking here, the rook as well covering the back here, and then these 3 squares obtained by the king, this is checkmate as it has nowhere to go. It's a little bit harder to do, especially if you're in time pressure. This is just to make sure you can do it quick and easy way. Each way is however you want to do it. I would prefer doing it the first way I taught you, but if you want to try this, it's another way. But if you have 2 rooks, you should most likely win anyway. So that should be the end of today's video. Just a few things with how, hopefully you enjoyed the last episode with how we're doing the checkmating. So we've kind of gone in order these recent episodes with how we've gone the opening, the middle game, and then now after the end game we've now gone through the checkmating parts. Soon after this, when we've got all of the classic checkmating patterns, we will then kind of go into a frenzy of other stuff, of, you know, maybe learning new things like what a pawn break is again, you know, going over other terminology as well. So hopefully you're enjoying the playlist. Another video today as well will be the rapid increase game 3. That will be coming out today as well. So hopefully you've enjoyed that. And also on the weekend we'll also have another opening. So look forward to that as well. So that is it for today. So thank you and bye bye.